morning, everybody. It's Felisa, and today is Friday. Yay. Although I don't know why we still get excited about Friday, because first of all we do is complain at the weekend when it's hardly too fast. And I don't know about y'all, but my Friday, Saturday, and Sunday tends to be crazy bananas no matter what it is that I do. Even if I don't plan anything, I can't seem to do whatever it is that I thought the yay was about. So there's that. Anyway, so today I want to come and talk a little bit more about narcissism, but in a different kind of way. I know that I've talked about the covert narcissist. I've talked about just regular old pathological narcissists. I've talked about, ghosting and the silent treatment and, just the end of relationships. But I want to talk about something that affects all of us, because all of us do it in some way, shape, or form. And I just did it to my mama the other day. So I want to shed a little light on it so that we can be a little bit more aware, more cognizant, and hopefully it'll help us grow and evolve as human beings. So here we go. So I want to talk about the conversational narcissist, or conversational narcissism. Now, on its face, like, what girl, what you talking about? Okay, so this is what it is. It's a conversation hog, essentially. It's when you are speaking with someone or someone's and they mention something, and then you redirect the conversation back to something that you've experienced, what you're currently going through, what you know, what you heard, what you read, all of these kinds of things, so that the center and the focus is directly on you and your experience. Most of the time, it's neither supportive nor helpful unless someone is asking you directly for advice. So let me give you some examples. So I was talking to my mother. Shout out to my mama. Hey, Mom. Anyway, I was talking to my mother earlier this week. And I know that I mentioned in my earlier vlog that I'm having some back issues. Matter of fact, I'm on my way to the doctor now, child. Anyway, so I'm having some back issues, and it was quite painful. And she already knew that because she was with me on Sunday when I was in a fair amount of pain. So I called her to check on her. Keep that in mind. I called her to check on her. So we're talking, and she's catching me up to speed on her, her exciting life. And so she says, oh, I have a doctor's appointment on Saturday. Well, I took that as an opening. I was like, oh, okay, good, because I have an appointment on Friday. Well, one had to do with the other. Nothing. I just want her to know that I had a doctor's appointment. That's not how a conversation is supposed to go. So of course she says, oh, wow. I was like, oh, I'm going to go see about my back finally. Girl, let me tell you what happened. So I got to tell her all about the week and how much pain I have been in. Y'all know what? I never did find out why she was going to the doctor. So now I got to call her after my appointment and ask her what's wrong. No, I take that back. I did ask her if she was going to see her regular physician, but then I very politely redirected the conversation back to myself, because that's what I wanted to talk about in the first place. So, that's just being very transparent and kind of comical, but we do that all the time. You have someone that experiences grief and loss, and then you feel compelled to tell them about when you lost your whatever, cat, dog, flea, hamster, whatever, and you put that on par with their immediate grief. That is so not fair. That's so disruptive. You have a friend. I do have a girlfriend who just recently lost her father. Well, I lost my father in 2015, and while I still mourn him and I miss him and I love him, the reality is that I've had 3 years to cope and to deal with the passing of my father. She has had all of probably like 15 minutes. So it's not fair for me if she's telling me about her grief and missing her daddy, and the things that she had to go through with his illness and sudden decline and subsequent passing. It's not fair for me to hijack the conversation and turn around and make it about me and my daddy and what I experienced when he was passing, you know, even though he was sick. And a lot of our stories are similar. A lot of our experience is similar. That is not the time to now interject my experience with my daddy's Parkinson's and his confinement to a nursing home. That's not fair. That's not supportive at all. I've already had the support that I needed for the passing of my father. And quite frankly, if I were to post today that I miss my daddy, which I do sometimes, say, you know, I really miss my daddy, missing my daddy today or something like that, I will get support. Or if I mention that to my friends, I will get support. We have to stop that. We have to learn to be present in the moment. We have to learn to be more supportive. So let me show you how support looks. Normally when she posts that, you know, she's having a hard time or she's struggling, I very just simply reply, I love you, how can I help? No more, no less. And I'll allow her to guide me in terms of what it is that I can do to be supportive. I think that that's so key. You don't have to do it like that, but the idea is that you lend support. First, you're acknowledging that you heard whatever it is that they said. Second of all, you're resisting the urge to interject your own experiences and how you cope with it, because frankly, the way you deal with certain things is not necessarily the way that someone else would deal with certain things. And it's not immediately helpful for them to hear about how you're an overcomer and an overachiever and all these kinds of things when they're drowning. They need a life jacket. They don't need you to just be shouting, you know, anecdotes and non-comforting kind of statements about how you got through it, and they'll get through it too. And just stop it. Just stop it. Cut that stuff out. We have to learn how to just allow people to be. And I would assume that a lot of times the reason that we do that, aside from the fact that we just want some attention, like me and my back, but in other times when it comes to, you know, kind of things that are more serious, more emotional, you know, when it comes to dealing with grief and loss, when it comes to dealing with depression, when it comes to dealing with life issues, whether it's, you know, someone is experiencing a financial crisis or, you know, whatever it is, and it's really taking them through the ringer, and we care about these people, we don't know what to do or say a lot of times. We really don't. We have no idea how to help. We have no idea what's going to make it better. And so we really think that if we start sharing, you know, stories about how we went through certain things, we're making them feel like they're not alone. Look, people know that they're not alone. People know that they're not the first people in the world to lose a parent or, you know, have a foreclosure or lose a job or have a breakup. None of us are the first to ever do that. But what we don't want to do is to have to now discuss your stuff along with our stuff. Now, instead of you comforting us, we're trying to ask if you're okay. No, all to stop. All I'm asking today is that you start to be more conscious of your conversations, more conscious and more deliberate in your responses to people. When you have a conversation, have a meaningful conversation, a meaningful dialogue, one that does not shift the focus away from whatever the topic is at hand back to you so that you can be the center of attention. It's not about you all the time. It's just not. And you have to understand that you don't have the patent or the parcel on whatever topic is. I used to call it the Oprah experience, because y'all remember how when Oprah used to have guests on her show, and no matter what it is that the guest was going through, she would always say something like, oh, I've had that happen. Oh God, I've been there. Oh, up to and including smoking crack. It's not funny, but y'all understand what I'm saying. Like, stop it. Just cut it out. Just be present for the people that you're having a conversation with. Show some concern and some care and some support that's meaningful and doesn't have to do with you and your issues and what you're going through. And if you have those kind of issues and you need to have support, then wait your turn. Wait until it's your turn. So now I'm gonna call my mama, find out exactly what she's going to the doctor for, and offer her a mea culpa, because I truly am sorry. I recognize that I did that, and that's part of evolution and growth and maturity. We can only get better. I'm Felisa. I hope y'all have a great day, and I will talk to y'all later on. Bye.